Hey YouTube, welcome. I'm just going to sharpen my pencil and I'll be back. Hello, I'm just going to go live on Facebook. Hey gang, welcome back. Live drawing with Sheils. As you can see, I've just sharpened my pencil with a blade and I am just about to go live on Insta. Let's see, 7 o'clock on the dot. Hey Instagram, welcome back. Right, so I forgot to post about me live drawing today, but here I am. Probably seen I've been working on this. Okay, here we go. So I've just been sharpening my pencil with a blade because this is how I roll. And yeah, I'm going to continue working on this portrait of classic Hollywood beauty, Lauren. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, Instagram. I'm just like, there we go, that'll do. I'm zoomed right in, so. Anyway, okay. Just gonna keep going. I know it's not the best view on Facebook or YouTube. Nobody watches YouTube anyway, so whatever. Okay. So guys, this is a portrait of the beautiful Lauren Bacall. And I've got a reference of her up on my screen there. And yeah, I already started working on this yesterday. And yeah, I'm still kind of figuring out the exact proportions. And, you know, it only takes a little bit for a portrait to not look like the person. The great thing is we are using pencils, so there's a lot we can rub out still, even though I am technically using colored pencil. This is a Faber-Castell. It's not easy to rub out, but never mind. And I am using toned paper. So we started with a really nice neutral tone, and I could use, like, you know, obviously I'm using the black dark shades, but I can also use the white to add all the highlights, which is really, really cool. And her hair, for example, has a lot of highlights in that, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, this is what we are doing, and I'm sorry that I did not advertise that I was going to be drawing live, but I pretty much draw or paint live 4 times a week. That is my commitment. At 7 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And I'm so drawn to vintage classical beauties, and I really feel like they had a different energy in that era. You know, they don't have the technology that we have now. The type of technology that the media has at their disposal is pretty unmatched today. And yet, these people just managed to leave a really timeless legacy, because it's like they were true artists, you know. They knew how to perform, because they didn't have those tools that so-called artists have today. Then they had to be very good at their craft. And I feel that's why they're able to leave such a lasting legacy, because there was no shortcuts, no cheating when it came to performance. They had to actually be really, really good. Um, and I really believe that they had more class than, the grade of celebrity you get these days. There were people who actually were committed to their craft. And yeah, I just absolutely love discovering these ageless, timeless artists. So I'd never heard of this actress before, but her name is Lauren Bacall, and I learned about her from a new client who is really into old Hollywood movies and told me to Google her and a few other classic Hollywood beauties. Sorry about the notifications, guys, but yeah, it's just, I guess that era is so much more than the Marilyns and the Liz Taylors. There were so many more artists that I don't even know about. And I really, really appreciated that bit of knowledge. It's nice to discover more vintage beauties to be inspired by. So yeah, there's just really something about women from this era. I just love the hair, the look, everything. It's like something that can't be replicated today. And these are people that your grandma used to watch and like admire and look up to, and I suppose emulated. I guess if your grandma lived in that time, they had a certain class about them that no longer exists today. So I guess that's what this age represented. It's like a certain type of class that we no longer have today as young people. It's like this. It's like the women back then exuded true beauty, not just through their looks, but their skill and their performance and personality. And, it goes way beyond the media that they were represented in. Because people are just absolutely scrambling for what little images they have of people like Marilyn Monroe. There's not much compared to what you get today from like modern celebrities, but people continue to be inspired by her today. And it's the same with this beautiful lady, Lauren Bacall. And yeah, I've yet to check out her films, but I'm very, very interested. I'm not much of a movie watcher, but anytime I have watched, some of these old films, I've really enjoyed them. So maybe it's something else I can do for a lockdown weekend. And I'm just babbling, and Facebook probably can't hear me, so turning down the music. So yeah, as you can see, I've done pretty much most of her face, and it's really interesting seeing this view. It's kind of backwards on Instagram, right? Because I'm using the front camera, so I can kind of see it backwards, if you know what I mean. And it's very corrective. So I kind of see what I need to correct. Very interesting. So yeah, guys, if you're gonna take anything away from this little session, it's that portraits take time. They take a lot of patience. I mean, I'm committed to drawing in 20 minutes for these lives, but you guys didn't see all the mistakes I made, the planning and the sketching to do that face, you know. And I keep saying this, but I'm usually like really up close when it comes to creating art, especially if I'm trying to achieve a likeness or realism. So what I do on the lives is really, it's not the way I work. It's not the true process, but I do want to, you know, demonstrate and give you guys a sneak peek of how I do things. That's why I do these, and you know, I hope you get some value from it. But really, the truth is, I'm really up close and personal with my artwork, because otherwise, I'm not going to achieve the result I want. So you're really only seeing like, you know, a small part of the process, but that's okay. I hope it makes you appreciate that it takes a lot longer than 20 minutes to create a portrait. And yeah, I am a fan of the vintage era, even though I don't know much about it. I don't know much about the films, but I just love the vibe. I really connect with it. The style and the fashion and the energy that they had. You know, these men and women just had a lot of class, I feel. And I always think it would have been cool to like live in that time, in the 40s, 50s, or 60s. I think it would have been so cool. And you know, we've all seen those like nostalgia places or parties, people dressed like they did in the 20s or the 40s. And it's just so cool. It's like never to be forgotten, never to be repeated kind of era. And it's really, really inspirational. And anytime I paint like fan portraits or fan art, people respond to the vintage ones. Not like the 90s, you know, because I've drawn a number of celebrity portraits and I've drawn like the 90s supermodels. But people respond to the vintage ones. Like the Liz Taylor is a favorite, and of course Marilyn Monroe and even Elvis. So I don't know, maybe it's the way I've drawn them. Maybe I put like a different energy to them somehow. I mean, look, I always do celebrity portraits because it demonstrates what I can do as a portrait artist. And it's not what sells. What sells is when people approach me and they ask me to do a portrait of their kid or their loved one, or you know, of them and their partner or something. That's how I sell portraits. So people don't really buy the fan art that I draw. They buy something that's deeply personal to them. But yeah, the fan art that I do, people just connect with, you know, the kind of old school vintage ones, not the modern celebrities. Like nobody comments on the Angelina Jolie ones or like Alexa Chung or you know, but they love the classic beauties. I mean, maybe because I guess they're a lot more famous and well known than, but I don't know. I really believe that there's more inspiration in the classics. And maybe it's nostalgia. People are reminded of the nostalgia and the memories they have with their loved ones when they see these portraits. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, oops. Anyway, I'm always up for drawing and painting anything, if you know me already. I don't really, I don't tie myself down to one type of subject matter, but for now, I will be known for, for portraiture, because that's what sells for me. But I also love to paint other things, and I definitely want to branch out to other types of subject matter. I'm all about inspiration. I don't create to sell, even though, yes, I'm all about selling, but it's not everything. I create regardless of whether or not something sells. I feel like I need to clean up a lot of her face, because when I draw, I know a lot of the pencil smudges, so maybe that's what it is. Well, guys, I'm going to cut it short today because I feel like I can't add further value to this portrait. But thank you so much for joining me. Thank you very much, Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for watching. And yeah, happy Monday, and I'll see you again tomorrow night. Same time, same place. Bye.